What's going on, guys? It's Jay from Dirty Boy Tools, here to bring you a Fujiya 6-inch thin wrench. Before I go into the details about this tool, I just want you guys to remember to punch the like button and hammer the subscribe button. So, as some of you guys may know from your experience or from my one of my last videos, Fujiya is a Japanese company. They make tools such as wrenches, pliers, wire cutters, cable cutters. They make good tools for plumbing work and also electrician work as well. Just a variety of different good quality, well-made hand tools. One of the things you'll notice about these tools, and a lot of Fujiya tools, is they have a very appealing look. They tend to be blacked out with a nice coating, and they tend to have a gold-colored type of fitting, in this case, worm gear. In another case, in the case of a pliers, gold joint. Very aesthetically pleasing, very stand outish. If you pull this tool like this out, you're going to catch some attention. But people are also going to take you seriously. They're going to think you know what you're talking about, even if you don't. So I don't use this tool every day. I don't encounter the type of problems that would need this tool every day, but I keep it in my main tool bag, and when I do encounter problems where this wrench comes in, I'm happy to have this wrench. The main benefit of this wrench has been for adjusting proximity sensors for me. Proximity sensors tend to get held together with very thin nuts. I can get this in there, loosen the thin nut, adjust the height of the sensor if need be, and then tighten it back up. Another crucial area for this wrench is when you have a pretty thin nut that's in a hard to reach place or in between two other fasteners. This can be what decides if you get to that nut or not, because you don't want to just get to that nut and then loosen it while you're loosening other nuts. If I take this wrench right here, which is a little thicker, it might end up grabbing multiple fasteners and moving them at the same time, and sometimes you just don't want to do that. You want to be able to separate your fasteners from each other, especially if one of them is like a set screw, a set nut, or a lock nut, or something like that. Comes in very handy, but again, it's not something I encounter every day. I know some people may work in different fields where they think, hey, this might work for me every day. So I don't carry it around in my little tool pouch, but it is in my bag, and it does come in handy and save the day. This is the 6-inch version. Comes with a metric scale here, so you can adjust the height. I don't use this because a lot of the bolts I work with are standard. It doesn't have any standard measurements on there, and when you're trying to fix something, well, at least when I'm trying to fix something, all my math skills, they just go out the window. So usually I end up trying to put it around the bolt and just try to gauge the size that way. And like I said before, 150 millimeters, 6 inches. Got a great quality rubber handle. If you're working with the wrench barehanded, it feels great in your hand. If you're working with a work glove, it might feel a little bulky. At least for me it does, because I'm used to working with the glove with a type of wrench with a thinner handle. Not a big deal, in all honesty. Another thing I like about this wrench, this is common on a lot of companies, but not all of them. So inside this hole here is a Phillips screw, and that screw holds together an axle, or actually it may end up being the whole axle, for this worm gear, so that it has a place to rotate on. Now there's two little dents you can kind of see here, the little whitish grayish colored looking dents. That's basically Fujiya kind of folding the metal in so that the screw doesn't come out. So let's say I take a screwdriver, I try to pull it out. I can't really pull out the screw without damaging the wrench. So it will stay together in one piece. I tell you this because I've had a really good wrench, a really cool wrench in the past. I love that thing, but one day the screw came out, the axle came out. I lost them both because it was, in a factory floor, and there's dust and grime and parts everywhere, and I was sad. I was very sad by that. it was a good tool, and now I couldn't use it anymore. It's very depressing when that happens. But that should not happen with this Fujiya wrench. 6-inch is good for me. There is an 8-inch version, but it's 8-inch thin wrench, not made by Fujiya. It's another company. I don't recall the name, but I do recall if I search thin wrench on Amazon, it'll give you some options. There's some companies that make 4-inch ones, but my only experience is with this, and this works great for all the situations that I've encountered. So let me know what you guys think. If you've used a thin wrench before and you've had experience with it, feel free to comment on it. If you've never used one before, maybe seeing this side profile, may get you thinking that, hey, I might be able to use that in some parts of my job. So let me know what you guys think in the comments.